Hi folks, Don and Bob here. We're back in Arborea Paleozoo again, and this time it's to put in a Gallimimus pen. Sorry there's no speed build today, but more of a tour and some animal footage. We're starting here at the deeper part from the entrance of the Plateosaurus habitat. You can see them going about their business on the other side of the fence. And we're going to swing out and move through a less developed portion of the park and over to where the habitat will be. You can see some amenities on the left and now next to nothing as we move around to the connector that goes across from this part of the park over to the initial walkway that comes up from the entrance. So we're going to go down this little side path, and this is our guest chance for the first time to see the Gallimimus. There's a covered shelter here, and that gives them a place to look into a shelter for the Gallimimus that is underneath the bridge between the two parts of their habitat. Nobody seems to be using it at the moment. That seems to be pretty usual for these kind of tours. I had wanted to build this in two habitats, in part to put this bridge in that will go over the pathway that the guests are on, and the animals could use to get from one side to the other. Yeah, there is a Gallimimus off there in the distance there. That's why I was lingering on this shot. Anyway, spin around and go out the other side of the entrance, looking at undeveloped park. And this is the passageway I was talking about that is bridged for the Gallimimus to get from one side to the other. Not terribly decorated. You can see the secret of how I built the bridge and still had it look like grass using the Stone Age sod roof. So one half on one side, one half on the other side. This portion of the park is largely dispersed forest with various forms of enrichment for the animals to get them to go over there. And this side has their watering hole and their access to their care building, and at the moment, the Gallimimus themselves. This is the water hole we're looking at right now, and they are headed for the bridge. While I was filming this, they were making a habit of running most of the way across the bridge, getting up there, and then turning around and coming right back. But by the end of this video, you will see that I managed to catch them over on that far side, at least briefly. Cannot catch them right now because they didn't come over. I had moved over here and grabbed this binoculars to see them arrive, but they apparently, oh no, one of them did. Off staring into the distance, wondering what else is going to be in the park. Who can blame them? There's a lot of undeveloped space in this park, particularly around the perimeter. Oh, they all made it over. Okay. But looking like maybe not for long. And off they go. They were a little more cooperative in the filming. We'll get to that. So this pathway comes around and connects to the ceratopsian corner, which you saw in the Pseudoceratops video. And that may be the next video for Arborea, finishing that up, or it may be something completely different. We'll just have to wait and see. Trying to see if I can catch a few more Gallimimuses before we move on to the next phase of the video, and not being terribly successful. I didn't put in this restaurant for the guests, sitting here at a branch in the two paths, the one we just came down. which you can see through the window, and the one that goes past Ceratopsian Corner, which at the moment only goes up to Ceratopsian Corner. There's a view, sort of, for our guests in both directions. And down there is the path to the bridge over to the Cenozoic part of the park, which we're not going to go to today. So that's pretty much the layout. Popping up now to get a look at that from overhead. You can see the bridge pretty much center screen top. That's their care building on the right part of the exhibit. They don't seem to go there much. It is accessible to them, but they just seem to avoid it. But you can see they have both a pretty open area and then the forested area, so they have a choice of habitats. That's the Nasutoceratops one in the lower right corner. So that's pretty much it for the tour video. You'll see some of the features in the animal footage as we get into that, which is starting momentarily. And we'll pick up trying to find a dinosaur. Just strolling around for the moment. They're crossing the bridge here. So they can actually be seen from at least one side from the path level. The sod roof makes a very convenient piece to build this kind of bridge for them. And you see they kind of walked out onto the bridge and came back, which was really frustrating me when I was trying to capture footage. They are hanging out a lot at the pond here. These animals were just coming into their adulthood. And this is, there's a big jump. They're on the forested side, as you may guess, and they're using the tall sauropod feeder. This is something they can do, although it's way too tall for them for reality-based tall feeder. Hoping the devs will change that at some point and give us a smaller one for animals that aren't, 2, 3, and 4 stories tall. And we're back at the pond again because they were giving me some good drinking footage. And the animation was lining up pretty well with the pond itself. But we're going to see something else in a little bit because, like I said, they were just coming into their adulthood, so I gave them some nesting material. This is the view the guests get along the path between the two portions of the habitat. Of course, in real life, our brains will edit out the mesh there, and it would be a much better view. And because they had just gotten their nest material, Fluffy, our male, finally decided to get interested in the two girls. And I managed to capture this, which is the mating dance footage, doing his little tail up mounts to see if he impressed her. And the answer is, of course, he did. And when I finished this, she was gestating. And that's pretty much it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment, please. Until next time, be kind to each other, take care, and I hope to see you in another video.